Brilliance Audio.
Can't Go Back by Debra Webb. Performed by Donna Postel and Neil Helligers. Cradling her mug of coffee, Kerri Devlin mentally reviewed her calendar for the next few days. It was Monday, and she had about a dozen things besides work she wanted to get done this week. Reconciling her personal life with her work as a detective in the Birmingham Police Department's Major Investigations Division was at times difficult. The holidays were no exception. Cop life. This holiday, in particular, felt a bit off, even before it began. Her daughter, Tori, had left Saturday morning for New York to spend the Thanksgiving break with her father. This was the first holiday that Kerri and Tori would be apart. The divorce had changed everything, leaving their lives in emotional turmoil for far too long. It felt good to finally be able to plan their lives without battle lines being drawn. Kerri and her ex had struggled for nearly a year to find their footing in this new separate lives territory, while still sharing their precious daughter. Almost as important was finding someone, other than her ex and her daughter, with whom Kerri could share her innermost, utterly honest feelings about starting over. As much as she loved her family, sometimes she yearned for someone not related by blood, with whom to celebrate the good and to commiserate about the bad. Someone who got her and backed her up. The shower shut off upstairs, making her smile. Funny, the person she'd found was the last one she had expected. And yet now, she couldn't imagine her life, personal or professional, without him. She was glad he had come into her life, and that he was here, with her. Last night wasn't the first time fellow detective Luke Falco had stayed overnight at her house. But this was a bigger step than a mere sleepover. With Tori gone for the week, they had decided to give living together a test drive. Their personal relationship had deepened far more quickly than either of them had expected over the past 6 or so months. But they had, so far, opted to keep their off-duty relationship quiet at work. After all, they were partners on the job. When the powers that be learned of their personal relationship, their working one would have to change. Kerri wasn't ready for such a career-altering step. Luke was a great partner. Another smile tugged at her lips. It still felt a little off, calling him by his first name. She'd called him Falco until quite recently. They'd both crossed lines during their first case together. Lines that couldn't be avoided. From that point forward, they had been able to keep their personal lives and work separate. The moment they landed at a crime scene, or stood before the case board in their cubicle, it was all about work. The investigation took priority over all else. But if Lieutenant Dontrell Brooks learned about their developing relationship, he would see things differently. At some point, they would need to fess up. Kerri marveled at how quickly time slipped away. It seemed impossible that a mere year and a half ago, Luke Falco had been assigned as her new partner. She had been certain it would never work. He was too unconventional, too cocky, too everything. But he was a damned good detective, and the best friend she'd ever had. Equally important, her daughter adored him. Forever wasn't on the table just now, but the foreseeable future was a definite go. On the counter, her cell phone vibrated. She set her mug aside and reached for it. Chief flashed on the screen. Anticipation seeped into her blood, and a frown marred her brow as she accepted the call. Receiving a call directly from the chief of police was hardly routine. Her first thought was that Lieutenant Brooks might have been in an accident of some sort, or might be ill. Though they butted heads often enough, she respected and admired the LT.